Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chanel's high-threat gestation, Dimitri's new man, Eric and Nicole's job days of our lives, DOOL, spoilers recap for Wednesday, May 1st, reveals that Leo Stark, Greg Ricard, arrived at the Spectator with a snack gift handbasket, which the event office had asked him to give Chad DiMera, Billy Flynn. The card suggested it was a commemorative of Mayor Paulina Price's, Jackie Harry, appreciation, but Chad didn't feel impressed and let Leo have his pick of snacks. Leo also told Chad that he wanted that journalist job after all, but Chad admitted Leo was too late since he'd formally given the position to Nicole DiMera, Ariane Zucker. After EJ DiMera, Dan Feuerriegel, had the DiMera cook prepare a nice breakfast for Nicole's first day, he threw all his support behind her. Nicole made it to the office, where Chad quizzed her about where she heard the tip on Paulina. Once Nicole flashed back to getting it from EJ, she told Chad it was just commodity she heard in passing that concerned her. Nicole refocused out that Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, was a substantiation to all the drama on Smith Island, so she misled Chad about him being the unintentional source of the tip. While Chad transferred Nicole to deal with all the necessary paperwork, Eric Brady, Greg Vaughn, rode with Sloan Peterson Brady, Jessica Surfety, since he was still skeptical of her reasons for giving Leo plutocrat. Sloan claimed she demanded some space and time alone, so she took off and met up with Leo. Although Leo wasn't pleased about Sloan cutting off his cash inflow, she claimed he should go with Dimitri von Leuskner, Peter Port, following his captivity release, and make a new life away. Sloan acted like Nicole and EJ would be horrible parents to Jude, so she prompted Leo to keep his mouth shut so that Jude could stay with his current mama and pater. Still, Leo got to allowing after Sloan left about how important EJ might be willing to pay for the information he was holding onto. Once Leo went for a walk, he came back to his room and read a letter he'd just entered from Dimitri. In that letter on Wednesday's day's occasion, Dimitri confessed that he'd set up a man who was perfect for him in captivity and that they were going to start a new adventure together. Although Dimitri knew Leo would be agonized, he hoped that Leo could ultimately be happy for him, and he hoped Leo could find the same kind of love that he'd set up, too. Leo was completely blindsided over Dimitri's updates and came visibly distraught on Wednesday's day's occasion. As for Sloan, she got Melinda Trask, Tina Huang, on the phone and admitted she allowed. She'd induced Leo to leave city with Dimitri. Back with Eric, he was home alone with Jude when Chad called and asked if he could come to the Spectator. Eric brought Jude with him and learned Chad was impressed with his portfolio. Eric was offered some freelance work to start, but Chad easily had a good feeling about bringing him on board. Nicole eventually crossed paths with Eric once she got back from HR, so they were taken suddenly to learn they both had new jobs there. Chad blazoned an assignment that he wanted Nicole and Eric to work together on right off the club. At DiMera Enterprises on Wednesday's DOL show, EJ spoke to an adjunct named Rita about juggling his DA schedule and CEO schedule. There was also some talk about EJ's Paulina complaints, but Rita claimed he could catch further canvases with Honey. Paulina was busy dealing with Chanel's extremity and hung up on EJ when he called, so he fumed each over again and was ready to go up against the mayor. At the sanitarium on Wednesday's day's occasion, Kayla Johnson, Mary Beth Evans, ran a blood panel and all the proper testing to see if Chanel DiMera, Raven Bowens, had radiation poisoning. Kayla revealed that Chanel's blood work came back normal with the exception of her surprise gestation. Chanel was floored along with Johnny, but they both sounded happy over the news. Still, Paulina, Chanel and Johnny all upset as Kayla explained a reason to be concerned. It looked like Chanel was about 4 or 5 weeks along, so Kayla talked about those early weeks being pivotal for the development of the fetus' major organs. This would be considered a high-threat gestation according to Kayla. Nethermost line, there was no way to know yet whether Chanel's baby would be affected by the radiation she was exposed to, so Chanel cried as Paulina and Johnny stood there looking uneasy. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Chanel and Johnny will have a lot to pound over in the coming occurrences, so we bring you prognostications on what they decide about their baby. EJ joins Jude cover-up, Chanel and Johnny's baby decision, Xander goes after Stefan Days of Our Lives, DOOL, spoilers for the week of May 6th to 10th reveal that Paulina Price, Jackie Harry, will face terrible guilt over Chanel DiMaras, Raven Bowens, gestation news and the detriment she may have done by exposing her future child to radiation. Chanel and Johnny DiMara, Carson Boatman, will bandy their options when it comes to how to do with this gestation, so Chanel will ask Johnny if he thinks she should keep the baby. There will be plenitude of pitfalls involved, so Johnny will also open up to EJ DiMara, Dan Feuereagle, about the whole inviting situation. As for Everett Lynch aka Robert Bobby Stein, Blake Barris, he'll publish a cutting story about Paulina in The Spectator and leave Stephanie Johnson, Abigail Klein, fuming. Despite Stephanie's disapprobation, Everett will move forward with the composition anyway. While Rafe Hernandez, Galen Gehring, and Jada Hunter, Elia Cantu, do some redecorating, Maggie Kyriakis, Suzanne Rogers, will advertise that Victor Kyriakis, John Aniston, has gone through probate. Across City, Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall, and John Black, Drake Hodgson, will set a plan in stir, so they'll give Steve Johnson, Stephen Nichols, updates and could maybe get his help, especially if taking down Constantine Meliunis, John Capellos, is involved. Will that plan play a part in how Maggie eventually learns Constantine's true intentions? Whatever the case, Days spoilers suggest Maggie will indeed make a shocking discovery about Constantine's real docket. Although Constantine will keep hoping to lock in Maggie's half of the Kyriakis' fortune, she could fluently set a marriage trap and cheapen him in the middle of their form. Over with Sloan Peterson Brady, Jessica Surfety, she'll push EJ to stay quiet following his consummation that Jude Brady is Nicole DiMara's, Ariane Zucker, son. Sloan will explain all the maternity deception and prompt EJ to shrimp up, or differently, Nicole might reunite with Eric Brady, Greg Vaughn, to raise their child together. In the fate, Sloan will fill Melinda Trask, Tina Huang, in on everything that's happened and hope she's done enough to keep EJ's mouth shut. It looks like EJ will join the Jude cover-up as he tries to cover his marriage to Nicole. Other Days spoilers say Teresa Donovan, Emily O'Brien, will sweat she's going to lose Alex Kyriakis, Robert Scott Wilson, for good, and she'll suppose Kristen DiMara, Stacey Hayduke, is to condemn for that. As for Kristen, she'll be busy throwing her love with Alex and Brady Blacks, Eric Martsolf, face an expedience of making him jealous. After Ava Vitale, Tamara Braun, and Harris Michaels, Steve Burton, eventually find the Black Book Clyde Weston, James Reed, wants, there'll be another discovery related to that Black Book that really throws them for a circle. Once Harris and Ava bring Stefan DiMara, Brandon Barish, up to speed, he'll reluctantly pitch in on a Clyde takedown plot. As for DOOL's new teen scene, Sophia, Madeline Keentz, will admit to Holly Jonas, Ashley Puzimis, that she wants to attend Hop with Tate Black, Leo Howard. Will that lead to Holly coming clean about intimately dating Tate? Could Sophia formerly know and just be trying to get Holly's concession? Whatever the case, Aaron, Louis Tomeo, will also come part of the teen group, so Days suckers will see that he's crushing hard on Sophia. Latterly, Tate will enjoy brunch at the bistro with Teresa. That'll lead to some awkwardness when Nicole, EJ, and Holly show up as well. Back with Stefan, he'll clash with an angry Xander Cook, Paul Telfer. Xander will charge Steen of framing him for firing at Harris and make covenant vengeance to his face. As Mother's Day arrives in Salem, Chad DiMara, Billy Flynn, will take Thomas DiMara, Carrie Christopher, for a poignant visit to Abigail DiMara's, last played by Marcy Miller, grave. Eric will also hand over a Mama's Day gift for Sloan, so she'll feel shamefaced and more nervous than ever about the Jude secret potentially blowing up.